The Central Valley School District is preparing for the upcoming school year with added safety measures. We'll tell you what they're doing.
We're tracking another round of scattered thunderstorms and cooler temperatures in the forecast.
Something to that magnitude could easily be over hundreds of thousands of dollars, machines, equipment.
A destructive fire damages a local tire shop, sparking fear in the industry. What we have learned today. Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at 5 tonight. I'm Mark Hanrahan. We start with some breaking news at this hour out of Okanogan County. We are tracking a new wildfire near Winthrop. It's being called the Stud Horse Fire and is prompting level 2 and 3 evacuations near Winthrop. Okanogan County Emergency Management says level 3 go now evacuations are in place from Paragon Lake side to halfway down the Winthrop side. Emergency managers advise residents to evacuate north away from the fire. This is a developing story. We will keep you updated as we learn more tonight. Meantime, the eastbound right lane of I-90 still blocked after 9 hours. WashDOT says a semi-truck rolled off the road in Liberty Lake and backups are stretching about 4.5 miles tonight. Here is a live look at that backup right now. WashDOT is reporting the agency still does not have an estimate for when that lane could fully reopen. We are also learning more about the condition of the driver in the crash. WashDOT telling us just within the last 45 minutes or so, that driver was in fact hurt and taken to Sacred Heart. We are still working to figure out what caused the crash. All right, let's talk weather again with KREM 2's chief meteorologist, Jeremy the Goose, standing by the Outdoor Weather Center on another warm and toasty day. Jeremy, that new wildfire near Winthrop, it seems like the lightning in that area, we don't know for sure, but probably caused that one too.
Yeah, it's a ton of lightning and locally heavy rain, but the lightning being able to strike miles and miles from that rain itself is the reason we're under red flag warnings in that region. Here on the South Hill, Mark, I'm actually smelling a ton of wildfire smoke out here. A stark contrast from what I was seeing out here just an hour ago. I look over to Brown Bluff and there's a smoky haze in the sky and the fire smoke is palpable in the air. 91 degrees is where we currently sit, and we're gonna have to figure out where that one's coming from because it is really noticeable out here. 91 here in town, 80 over in Cordelane, and that's where you have rain coming down. A stark difference between here and over in Cordelane where you had that storm roll through, and that one itself brought tons of lightning. Already up to 90, by the way, out in Moses Lake where they dropped all the way down into the 70s with rain moving through. Frequent lightning strikes are the reason for the red flag warnings on the eastern side of the Cascades and in northern Washington. On top of that, we also have the threat for flooding. Flooding is coming from these different storms. We have a couple different flood advisories in effect right now, and that's for radar indicated heavy rainfall. The storms themselves are still moving, still putting down quite a bit of moisture, and we're gonna keep watching those, especially the ones a little farther off to the north. Next couple of days, we do dry out, and by the weekend, we're back in the upper 80s under sunny skies.
All right, sounds good. Jeremy will check back in with you later in the show. An investigation continues today into the costly tire shop fire. KREM 2's Regan Gallo visited the scene today to uncover what happened in yesterday's fire.
The fire broke out at the Firestone Tire in Spokane Valley on the corner of Sprague and University Road, as you can see behind me. Now, fire officials say that 911 calls reported heavy smoke, and they estimate damages up to $500,000.
I talked to a representative of Firestone, and they say they are grateful no one was inside during the time of the fire. Spokane Valley Fire reported that multiple hose lines were used to contain the fire in the shop area. The fire did not spread to the store area of the building, but there is significant smoke damage. Right next door, employees at Perfection Tires say the fire is a big reminder that their shop could have easily met the same fate.
Definitely a big eye-opener. It's definitely a risk that we live with every day. We got flammable fluids around, a lot of flammable items on the shelf. So it's definitely hits real close to home. Probably one of our worst fears in this tire industry is a fire like that.
Neither Spokane Valley Fire Department nor Firestone officials can confirm the cause of the fire just yet. They still say it's under an active investigation. I'm reporting in Spokane Valley, Regan Gallo, KREM 2 News.
A month after a gunman killed Cordelane Battalion Fire Chief John Morrison in an ambush, the department has now filled his role. The Cordelane Fire Department announcing today Battalion Chief Tom Hildebrand is stepping into the role. In a post on Facebook, the department called him a pillar of the department for his dedication, strength, and compassion. The department also said they still feel Chief Morrison's absence. They said his legacy lives on in the continued service of those who follow in his footsteps. The Central Valley School District is almost done with the first set of upgrades aimed at improving safety for its schools across the area. KREM 2's Christian Garza explains what the new upgrades mean for students and visitors.
Right now, construction crews are working hard to finish not just one project, but 5 across the Central Valley School District, all aimed at making schools safer next school year.
This is a huge undertaking for the district. They were originally expected to take 6 years to complete, but now they've been fast-tracked to be finished by the end of next summer. The $2.8 million worth of projects include adding double-door vestibules or an extra lobby attached to the main office between inside the school and the outside world as an extra safety measure. The idea is to make it easier to identify who is entering the school because it requires each visitor to be buzzed in. Green Acres Middle School is just one of 5 different schools under construction this summer, with another 5 scheduled to happen next summer. Gerald Olson, the executive director of facilities and planning for the Central Valley School District, says these new safety measures were made possible with the passing of their capital levy and the determination of their school board.
The school board strategically chose a path that allowed us to get the money up front, so we get a more rapid update and upgrade in security of all of our schools that benefits certainly the staff, the students, and our community.
Olson says the school board got the money for all 10 projects up front from what's called an LGO fund, which will then be repaid through property taxes collected under the capital levy for the next 6 years.
All of these different projects within the Central Valley School District are expected to be done with construction by the end of August. In Spokane Valley, Christian Garza, KREM 2 News.
We are just getting started here on KREM 2 News at 5 tonight. A new statewide resource aims to save lives from overdose. How it'll work in Spokane coming up at 5:15.
It's terrifying that this is happening to these men.
But first, detainees at the ICE detention center in Tacoma are being treated for tuberculosis. How widespread the problem is coming up next.